The Indian equity market is under pressure. Nifty has fallen sharply for the last 2 consecutive weeks, but this fall is more in line with our expectation. Last week, we had expected the Nifty to bounce from 16,275 towards 16,715 and then fall to 15,850. But the fall to 15,850 has happened straight away. Indeed, Nifty fell well below 15,850 to make a low of 15,735. Nifty giving back all the gains after opening with a gap up on Friday indicates the inherent weakness in the index. This shows that the overall sentiment is negative, and we stick to the broader view of seeing a fall to 15,000 in the Nifty. Now, let's look at the chart and see what is on the store for the Nifty for the coming week. Nifty has an immediate support at 15,700. The blue dotted line on the chart is that support coming up at 15,700. The resistance, the black line that you see on the chart, is coming up at 16,060. This will be the first level of resistance. Above this, the orange dotted line that you see on the chart is the second level of resistance. This comes at 16,380. So, if Nifty manages to sustain above 15,700, a corrective bounce to 16,060 or 16,380 is possible this week. But thereafter, the fall can resume, which can take the Nifty below 15,700 eventually. A break below 15,700 will take the Nifty down to 15,500 and 15,000. The black dotted line is the support that comes at 15,000. Considering the movement seen on Friday, the break below 15,700 and the fall to 15,500 and 15,000 can happen either from here itself or after a short-lived rise to 16,060. The chances of testing 16,380, the resistance level 2, the orange dotted line on the chart, is very less. Now, let us look at a slightly bigger picture. This chart that you see now is the monthly chart. The green line on it is the 21-month moving average. This is at 15,506. The blue line is the trend support. For this month, this trend support is coming up at 15,120. So, for the month of May, 15,500 and 15,100 or 15,000 can be a very strong support zone. The possible direction of move going forward could be that Nifty can fall to 15,500 and 15,000 max in the next 2 weeks, that is in May. And then a corrective bounce to 16,000, 16,500 is a possibility in June. Thereafter, a fresh leg of fall can take the Nifty down to 14,500 and 14,300 in the coming months. Nifty Bank Index has declined sharply below the key level of 34,000. Now, the next support is at 32,500, the red line on the chart, which is the 100-week moving average that is coming up at 32,500. If Nifty Bank manages to sustain above 32,500, we can get a bounce to 34,000. If the rise extends beyond 34,000, though it is less probable, we can see a test of 34,500 and 35,000 on the upside. So, the bounce from 32,500 can be capped either at 34,000 itself or at 35,000. We can expect the index to move down again thereafter. Now, let's look at the big picture. The chart that you see on the screen is the quarterly candle chart. The 32.8% Fibonacci retracement support of the rise from March 2020 low is coming up at 32,000. Then a strong resistance turn support trend line is coming up at 31,520. So the 32,000, 31,500 region will be a strong support to watch on the Nifty Bank Index. To sum up, Nifty has an important support immediately at 15,700. However, it can break below this support and fall to 15,500 and 15,000 this month. Thereafter, a corrective rally is possible in the month of June. The fall to 15,500 and 15,000 can either happen from here itself or after a short corrective rally towards 16,060. Bank Nifty has a support at 32,500. From there, it can bounce to 34,000. But thereafter, the index can fall back again and go below 32,000 towards 31,500. Please note that the outlook given here is based on technical analysis. This is strictly not trading recommendation. If you want to trade this weekly view, read the detailed index outlook article published in our website under the technical analysis section. The link of the article is given below in the description. If you have any questions on F&O, please write to derivatives@thehindu.co.in. To know the outlook on specific stocks that you are holding and get advice on whether to book profit or hold it or buy more, write to techtrail@thehindu.co.in. For any queries on mutual funds, email to mf@thehindu.co.in. For any questions, clarifications on investments, personal finance, write to blportfolio@thehindu.co.in. To get more insights on investments, personal finance, stocks and commodity picks for short and long term based on technical analysis as well as F&O strategies, subscribe to BL Portfolio section from the link that you see on your screen.